The new stimulus bill has been proposed by the House. They're hoping to vote on it on Friday. It leaves out an enormous benefit many of you are relying on. I'm going to give you the details here in just a second. Thanks for being here. My name is Mike Bernard. I am the host of the Wise Money Show, also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. If this is your first time to this channel, hey, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, smash that thumbs up button, because right now, fresh off the presses, I'm giving to you all the details of the new House stimulus bill and the shocking announcement that you're not going to find in there. Everyone was expecting that the big stimulus program, they were calling it CARES Act Part 2, was going to be bigger than CARES Act Part 1. CARES Act Part 1 was $2 trillion, and they were thinking this was going to be bigger. I even saw a headline earlier today thinking it was going to be $10 trillion. So it's going to be enormous. And everyone was thinking it was going to include more direct payments directly to consumers. One of the biggest problems with these stimulus programs is there are big bailouts to big business and to the financial institutions, banks, and so on. So this money gets dumped from the government into the financial system, but doesn't actually make its way to the consumer. So the big push apparently had traction from both sides of the aisle. Let's get direct payments to consumers. Guys, I just read some of the highlights of the $1,800 bill. No $2,000 direct payment. You've heard about it. A lot of rumors swirling around a $2,000 monthly payment direct to individuals, $2,000 per adult and per child under the age of 16 for up to 3 children. So that would be an enormous benefit directly to people. Folks, in the new act, not called CARES Act Part 2, it's actually called the HEROES Act. What they're saying is another $1,200 stimulus payment, potentially $500 additional for each child under the age of 16. And or age 16 or under. That's a huge letdown. I don't have all the details. This thing is 1,800 pages long. Just the summary of this bill that came out an hour ago is 90 pages. So I don't have all the details, but this is an enormous letdown for you because we needed some direct payments to help people get through this time. And this is not, to me, this is a shocker. And you should be surprised. The thing that wasn't a surprise, apparently $875 billion set aside for state and local governments. That's significantly important. Obviously, these municipalities are really struggling trying to figure out how to handle all these changes and additional costs due to the coronavirus and adjustments they've had to make, while at the same time seeing reduction in tax revenue. So that's a big aid. Lots of other additional packages in there. Maybe a little more money to the PPP. I'm scratching my head at that. That does not make any sense. Not a lot of the PPP from the second round has even been paid out yet because the Small Business Administration has been changing some of the definitions. We still don't have that update yet, by the way. So to add more money to the PPP, that doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, giving big aid to state and local governments, that's huge. But gosh, this direct payment stimulus plan that is for the most part left out of this enormous bill is a shock, and that's disappointing. That $2,000 monthly payment for each adult and for up to 3 kids, I would have said would have had a hard time passing anyway, because that's an enormous price tag at a time our government never has any money. It just collects tax revenues and then distributes them. But we have the highest deficit ever. We've got the most debt we've ever had as a country. It's now surpassed 100% of our GDP. So even though we need to get more stimulus directly into consumers' hands, I would have thought that a $2,000 monthly payment for a long period of time would have been hard to accomplish, but it's missing. The only direct payment, the only direct stimulus that we can hope on so far is just $1,200 and maybe an additional $500 for kids age 16 and below. Apparently, Democrats have said we did not consult both sides of the aisle on this, so this is not sort of they're not expecting that this is going to be approved very quickly, and they even sort of made mention that, hey, this is a starting point as opposed to this is something that we expect to be pushed through very quickly. To me, I have huge doubts then that this thing, that whatever gets passed is even going to look even remotely close to what was proposed just an hour ago from the House. So I'm shocked. I'm disappointed. This is not living up to the rumors that everyone was hoping for, and in my opinion, it's not really giving a big stimulus directly where it's needed the most. It's more so just propping up state and local governments. So anyway, all right, as we get more backlash, I expect it to come on this bill as we finally get a definition from the Small Business Administration on the new guidance on the PPP loan and lots of other changes. You'll find all of that right here. But today, check into that bill, stay here to this channel for your next wise steps in the future. So, all right, you're now ready. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.